Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to the first episode of Shin Megami Tensei. Today, I already did the introductory stuff, so let's just jump on in. Now, I may have mentioned this before. This is a first-person dungeon crawler. Lots of random encounters, lots of hard battles. You gotta be real careful in this game, so I could possibly die at some point during this playthrough of the game. So if that happens, don't think too poorly of me. If any of you have ever played any of the games in the series, well, you'd understand. If you haven't played the games in this series, go play some of the games in this series. If you have a 3DS, the fourth numbered main title game came out on Tuesday, which today is actually Saturday, and on Tuesday it came out, so it's been out less than a week. It's a pretty good game. My favorite one of the main titled ones would probably be the third one, Nocturne. If the main series intimidates you a little bit, I would probably say go ahead and get one of the Persona games. The first one is probably a little rough around the edges. I'd say go with Persona 4, because it's probably the easiest of the Persona games. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's got great characters, and there's a bug on my chest, hold on. Flick. Okay, and it's got great characters, and just a memorable story, I think. Just memorable everything. Now, in this game, there are 6 main stats that bleed into 6 derived stats. The 6 main stats are these right here, and the derived stats are the power, accuracy, defense, evasion, magic power, and magic effect up there. Now, for the most part, I say the derived stats are pretty self-explanatory, with the exception of possibly magic effect. What magic effect does is it increases the chance that the effects of your magic will go through. If you have a spell that causes sleep, magic effect causes it to work more if you have more of it. So, yeah, that's pretty much how that works. Magic power is the power and damage of your spells. Power is the damage that an attack will cause. Accuracy is how likely you are to hit or miss. Defense, evasion, like I said, that's all pretty self-explanatory. Now, what the base stats actually do is, they don't really tell you. You gotta kind of do it through trial and error. But basically, strength raises your power. It also slightly raises your HP, and it slightly raises your accuracy. But its main function is power. Intelligence raises your magic effect. It also raises your hit percentage, I think. Your accuracy. I want to say it raises your accuracy, but for the main character, its main use is for the ability to have higher success at demon negotiations. The way demon negotiations work in this game is they're a little random. They're pretty much governed by your intelligence stat. The higher your intelligence, the more likely you are to get a positive outcome out of an answer. It's weird. They predetermine all this other stuff. I'm not 100% sure on how demon negotiations work exactly, but for the purposes of playing the game, just know that having a higher intelligence makes it easier to recruit demons, and they ask for less stuff when you're trying to make them your minions, and they seem to give you more money, and they seem to give you more mag when you ask for it. It also, by the way, has a slight effect on your magic power stat. The magic stat increases your magic power stat, pretty much 1-to-1. The main character gets absolutely no magic, so do not raise his magic stat. It also has a slight effect on your magic effect stat. Vitality raises your HP and defense. Speed raises your evasion. Accuracy, the chance you have to run away from battles, and I think it has an effect on how likely you are to get a surprise attack. It also affects turn order, but turn order works a little weirdly in this game. Magic gets priority. So if I have more speed than you, and you're casting a spell, you'll still get to go first because you're casting a spell. But if we're both casting a spell, whoever has the higher speed gets to go first. So it's a little weird. Luck raises a couple of stats, derived stats, a little bit. It has a slight effect on your luck. On your accuracy. It has a slight effect on your evasion. It also raises the chance that you will get a preemptive strike on enemies, and it increases your chance to run away. Its main effect seems to be to increase the chance that enemies will actually drop items. Now, the way I'm going to build my main character is sort of a physical wall. Well, not even physical, just I'm going to make him real tanky. The reason I'm going to do this is you may have noticed there that there's two kinds of weapons you can equip. You can equip swords and guns. Guns are superior to swords at the beginning of the game, but you unfortunately cannot get them for a while. So, the main character has very, very poor damage potential early game. Since he doesn't get magic, he has to just rely on his normal sword attacks. Now, the talking head on the wall there was mentioned that the forces of law and chaos are moving in the world now, and they have actually chosen 2 people to represent them. This is the law hero, and for ease of identification, I'm just going to call him such. Now, unlike the main character, the other humans that you get in your party can use magic. The law hero tends to have healing magic and Zan magic, which is force magic. Wind, basically. Zan magic doesn't have any special effects. It just causes a lot of damage. So, you don't really need to buff up his intellect at all. So, you want to... No, I want him to have 11 vitality, so he can get that extra couple points of HP. And then I'll drop the rest in magic. Now, the law hero has pretty good spells. Like I said, healing magic and Zan magic. But you don't want to neglect his vitality, because if you do, he'll get killed really easy. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the chaos counterpart to the law hero, the chaos hero. I thought about calling the law hero and the chaos hero Walter and Jonathan after the chaos and law hero in Shin Megami Tensei 4, and possibly calling my main character Flynn. But I didn't even call my main character Flynn in Shin Megami Tensei 4, so I was like, no. The Chaos Hero gets magic, but he unfortunately gets, in my opinion, an inferior spell selection to the Law Hero. He gets no healing spells. He does get a few useful utility spells, but the element that he commands in battle is fire, and a lot of enemies in the game resist fire. So that makes him a little less useful casting spells. So I like to build him similarly to the hero. I mean, he has access to the spells if he needs to use them, but his most useful spells are not magic damage ones anyway, with a few exceptions. In a few specific cases. One of the things I like about this introduction is that everything in it is pertinent to the plot in the first act of the game. And that's pretty neat, I think. Now, give me 1 second. I'm going to take a drink of my soda here. I'm going to wake up in our room and stare at our computer, just like real life. Now, how many people in the audience, and I want you to be truthful, how many of you, if you got this exact email, how many of you would download the program that was attached and go out to fight demons? Now, as much as I think it would be cool for something spectacular to happen, like in an RPG, now, honestly, I don't want this one to happen, because this game, terrible, terrible things happen. But, I don't think anybody would actually download some program that could possibly save them. I mean, it's just, cynicism is too high on the internet. Everyone would be like, oh, it's full of viruses. My virus alerts went off. But anyway, your mom gives you 10,000 yen, so that's pretty good. That's actually quite a bit of money. Let's go outside. So, our goal now is to go get coffee. But first, we're going to check on Pascal the dog. He's a good dog. Yes, he is. I'm going to rub his belly. Hell, he whimpered. He doesn't usually do that. Huh. Usually he barks. So anyway. I didn't mean to do that. I actually hit the B button. Yes. Now, we could go in this house here, but there's nothing there. Same thing with those two yellow buildings down there. And we can't go anywhere else past these barriers because the police have the area cordoned off investigating a murder. Imagine that. So the only place really open to us at this point is the mall. Actually, you know what? There is one more place I could show you. In a weird bit here, these are open. You can go into them. Like these subway train stations are there, but you never get to use one. So it's like, why did they even bother putting an entrance? So there's an exit. Anyway, various stores, antique stores for all of your antiquing needs. Knives shops are where you buy weapons. One thing about weapons that they never really tell you is that weapons can have multiple attacks. Take the tonfa here. Okay, see, the rest of these weapons, attack knife, machete, replica sword, unnamed katana, are all pretty much just linear progressions. You know, they get one attack, each one is more powerful than the last. The tonfa is weaker than the machete, but it has the same attack power as the attack knife, but it gets 2 swings. And that's something that they don't tell you in the tooltips on the game. If you want to do that and figure out what has multiple hits, because they are, even if they have less attack power, multiple hit weapons tend to be superior to single hit weapons, in my opinion. Another thing there is, if you see that symbol there, the male and female symbol, basically what that means is, if it's got a male symbol, a male character can use it. If it's got a female symbol, the heroine can use it. And the A there means any alignment. There are 3 alignments in the game. You have lawful, chaos, and neutral. And there are weapons in the game that are aligned to those alignments. I would probably do what this guy did, by the way, and delete the demon summoning program, and then a day later I would get eaten by a demon. This is, yeah, that's a dead end. There's nothing down there. A drugstore is where you buy items. Unfortunately, the items you get here are kind of crappy. The medicine restores about 20 HP. Guillotines restore up to 100, I think. Muscle drinks restore like a super high amount of HP, but the bad thing about them is that they can give you bad status effects if you drink them. So, yeah. Survival are the armor shops of the game. Now, what I was talking before about alignment is, see that A there? It stands for any alignment. If you get a piece of equipment that has an L, it's lawful only. If you get, or C is chaos, N is neutral. Pay attention to that. You don't want to get a piece of equipment that you can't use and waste your money. So we can't do anything in there. This room's empty. Huh, so he doesn't sell antiques. I wonder what he sells. It's probably not important.